I don't talk and say one day we will just come and play this poem. Make we talk about the poem. Make we see what you able for memorize na the poem. I see na the Facebook comment, Eddie Gante, Mama Salon, your true enemies are your children themselves. That's what the poem say. Today we go na Fisheries, Marine Resources. We fish then at the water. I want me to take with him and listen to the clip. If you dey follow we on SN Radio na YouTube, you go don't get opportunity for don't watch and first hand. The press briefing itself. But they can play them. Make you hear waiting the minister, Madam Emma Jallo, waiting na implants them. But as we can always say, this government, because they no want trust money, every side we tax for commodities, then they open the ID. Make a not talk before them. Let we listen to waiting the minister say, and waiting at the different price there now, because the boat owners then, they don't say they go for protest against them prices there. And some people in the frown at the prices they will in charge the foreign trawlers the week in Canada water compared to the local boats them. But let we listen for from the minister himself waiting in say.
I'd like to invite the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Madam Emma Jallo.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Fourth Estate. I am here indeed with my team from the Ministry, the Director, my able Deputy Minister, the Director, Press from the Communication Officer, as well as the head of the artisanal unit with the acting director for that unit. We are here to clarify issues that have been recently on the news with the artisanal sector, that we've done increment in prices for the licensings of their canoes. I'll categorically say here that we have done no increment in any license at all. Currently, I'll read the license and explain why I have said that there is no increment. The license as they are for now is one. We've got the crew canoe, which is about 4 to 5 meters in length. That is licensed at the local council for 60,000 leones. We've got the standard 1 to 3 that carries 1 to 3 people, which is 5 to 6 meters in length. That is 250,000 leones at the local council. And we've got standard 3 to 5, which is 6 to 8 meters in length. That's 400,000 leones at the local council. We've got standard 5 to 10, which carries about 5 to 10 people, 8 to 10 meters in length, and that is 1 million leones. That's done by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. And then we've got the Ghana plank, which is about 12 to 18 meters in length, and that is 1,500,000 leones, done at the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. So you'll find out that there's 2 categories really that I've named here that are done by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, but rather it should be 3 anyway. The foreign canoes that will come in, that's done by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and that is licensed for $4,000. So standard 5 to 10, 8 to 10 meters long is 1 million leones. Ghana plank, 1,500,000. Foreign canoes, $4,000. We have devolved functions to the local council, and the 3 different canoes that I've called here are ones that are directly under the purview of the local council. The local council do register and give license to these canoes to operate in Sierra Leone. The fish in the water today is for every Sierra Leonean, but not every Sierra Leonean is a fisherman or a fisherwoman. So for only those who pay their license and express their interest in fishing and are fishermen and women are the ones that are utilizing these resources for and in behalf of all Sierra Leoneans. Before we started to do the collection of the license, we had a general meeting with the local government. Between myself and the minister, we did establish the functions of each ministry, what is devolved to the local government and what is meant to be carried out by the ministry. We had a memorandum that was printed out and was shared among the local councils. On the second part, a meeting was called by the local government minister in Bo, where all the local government in the coastal areas, their CAs, were all attending this meeting, and we were invited. The Deputy Director of Fisheries attended that meeting at the time to inform all of them about the progress that we're making so far into the interministerial relations. The other meeting that we decided to call was to call all the artisanal fishermen and discuss with them. We inherited a system wherein the implementation of revenue collection was very poor, and so there had been lapses. So I decided to organize this meeting. I had a meeting internally first within the ministry, and we decided as a ministry to call all the artisanal people and all the coastal area councils. We engaged them to say this is what is in the schedule. As it is in the schedule, the payment for certain canoes that I've already called, the fees are in dollars. And it was worrisome for them to be able to pay in dollars when we operate in Leone, in Sierra Leone. So I will just read an example of it. Category standard 5 to 10 canoe, which does the croakers. These croakers are mainly exported species. They export them. 12-month license fee in the schedule. This is what I inherited. We didn't change anything on it. It's $1,650. That's what they should have paid. Between me, my own conscience, they can afford to pay it because they export these fish and get value for their fish. They get money. They can afford a whole year to pay. But yet we called them as Sierra Leoneans to say, look, you are in Sierra Leone, we expect you to pay in Leones. If we converted that into Leones, it would have been well up to nearly 14 million or so. So we negotiated with them. They agreed to pay 1,500,000 Leones for a year, which is slightly above 100,000 Leones a month for their license. This included the master fishermen, the harbour masters, the consortium, because all the organizations that were representing the local artisanal people, we made them join together to form a consortium, which makes it easier for the ministry to be able to operate with them. Another type, I will give an example here, is the Ghana plank. The Ghana plank, the 12-month license fee that had been in the schedule all along is $1,000. Yet we asked them, we agreed with them to pay the 1,500,000. When they fish here on a daily basis, we have up to almost 12,000 canoes. Now, when they do the canoes, they don't come to us as fisheries to say, we've done a canoe, we've got a canoe, we're going to launch it in the sea today. Or neither to the local government. They go direct to the beaches. And so the people that will have direct information on that will be the harbour masters and the master fishermen. They launch their canoes and then they go. When we've done, through the help of World Bank, our survey, we've assessed that there is almost 12,000 canoes in this country. On a daily basis, they fish. They have the priority to fish in the exclusion zone, the inland exclusion zone, wherein no industrial fishing goes. They can go beyond that if their boats can allow them, but where the richness of the fish is, where they breed, they have access to it. And so on a daily basis, they do fish throughout the year. I'll explain one scenario why I think as Sierra Leoneans, we must think of our country first, how we as Sierra Leoneans can help to improve our country, how we can contribute to our country's revenue and our country's progress in years ahead of us. If, for example, a canoe is paying 1,500,000 for license here, they get their fish from here. They don't sell it here. They now find their exit route and then smuggle it to Guinea to sell. But before they enter Guinea, they must be licensed in Guinea. And their license in Guinea, as I know, is 7 million leones, which is worth 3 or how many times more than what they are paying from where they are actually catching the fish. Yet they go and sell that fish to get more money. And they will pay that 7 million leones. So what is it to pay 1.5 million leones? You want fisheries to now put toilets on the beaches because there is no proper toilet sanitation. You want fisheries to put proper water system so that when you get the fish, they'll be washed down properly. You want fisheries to put platform. You want fisheries to go and help clean the beaches. It does come at a cost. Somebody has to pay for it. It is not a new license. This is a license that had been there. In fact, for us to encourage Sierra Leoneans to pay for the services that they're using, we had called them and engaged them and even reduced it so that we can encourage them. If we have industrial vessels, they're not even up to 80. So if you compare 12,000 to 80, who is doing the fishing here? The industrial fisheries, they got access, yes, to the furthest part of the sea. But the fact remains, our fishermen daily do fish. When we did the 1 month closed season in April, our focus was on industrial fishing. They were here, harbored here, in Freetown, everyone can see, for a whole month. But we let the artisanal go to fish because we said, you must bring in the fish that Sierra Leoneans must have daily that is fresh. Yes, the artisanal, we made them the whole month of March store fish in their cold rooms so that they will have iced fish. But for the fresh fish, we relied on the local artisanal people. So now, if we're looking at the scenario, the situation that we have, the fishing sector has got a lot of challenges that we inherited. And we cannot change it all overnight. It is gradual. But for the gradual that we're doing, for everything we consult those that matters, those that use it on a daily basis. When the closed season ended, they were happy. The artisanal people. They said, Mama, thank you. We will go try far for go do fish. Now they go quick, we come back until they go 210 per day. But what you know I ask? May you add not a 1 month to maybe 2 months or 3 months. What happened during that month? I'll tell you. The revenue generation that fisheries used to get on a monthly basis dwindled that month. We could not pay much to finance, but we did that because we wanted to make sure that the management measures are put in place. We are able to properly manage the fishing sector and make sure that the fish do grow. We give space. This was the first in the history of Sierra Leone. Critics will have it to say, oh, it is not enough. Might not be enough. Rome was never built in a day. You have to start somewhere. And we started. By and large, it went by peacefully into now the May month where fasting started. And then we had to now make sure that there's fish on the market for the Ramadan month. Most of the protein that Sierra Leoneans get is from fish. I always say, even the local chicken that you breed in your backyard, when you ask for it today, they'll tell you 30,000 leones, 25,000 leones. But you can still take 10,000 leones to the market and get fish. Sierra Leone is still the cheapest in the sub-region for fish and fish produce. Our problem that we're having is huge, especially on the artisanal front, because most of these canoes now they sell to our neighboring countries, Liberia, Ghana, Guinea, Senegal, all the way even to Niger. And we lose revenue. If we're saying we're losing so much billion in fisheries, it is not just the IUU that poachers come and poach. This is the IUU that us Sierra Leoneans do to ourselves. Because when they catch, they have the porous borders. They have many routes. It's only this close season that had highlighted most of this. Because we had a task force, members from this ministry, we had the SLMA, we had the Navy, security apparatus, the Marine Police, Fisheries officers, trade and monitors, so that we'll be able to collaborate and work together and stop them from illegally exporting, because we banned all export. There was no export that month. That's why the revenue went down. But during that time, we caught illegal vessels coming in from Senegal, from Guinea. We find them. And during that time, we were able to know some of the porous routes that our brothers take to export these things. Now, in fact, the Ghanaians come and then they buy from them, load it, and take it back to their country. It is a challenge for us. So if they're not paying the export, they're not paying the license, what gives them the right to fish in the waters? What gives them the priority to fish over any other Sierra Leonean that's in here today? The resources belong to all of us. But we must make sure to maintain those resources. We pay for them. They receive money when they go to sell it. And so we've engaged all of them. Thanks to the fisheries officers who are out there. They abuse them daily. They challenge them daily. And thanks to the head of the unit. He's constantly out trying to make sure he explains. We've gone to the communities, the director, the head of the unit, the officers. They've gone to the communities to explain to them before the collection of this. I myself have been on the air. So there is no license increment. In fact, it is a license deduction, because we reduced from what they would have paid in dollars, which is the actual schedule that is approved by government, that has been passed in Parliament. What we have reduced, we have not even taken to Parliament in the first place. We now have to continue to monitor, to make sure from all the different harbors, to make sure we know how many more new canoes are coming in. And really, we should now think of putting a quota on areas. Because otherwise, say by next year, if they make another 10,000 and put on the water, or maybe 2,000 and put, it goes to about 14,000, 15,000. Have we got any guarantee of the fish? And yet our neighboring countries are feasting on it. When they come and buy from our local fishermen and they take, we lose the name of Sierra Leone in that product. They take it to Senegal, they repack it, and then send it to Europe or anywhere else they are selling it to. as products, for example, of Senegal, products of Guinea, and not of Sierra Leone. So if we are bringing these changes now, it's because Sierra Leone deserves better. Sierra Leoneans deserve better. We expect, as Sierra Leoneans, we abide by our policies, our regulations, and our laws. The ministry is open to anybody who's aggrieved. We always listen and address issues. But we have to start somewhere. And of course, we have to now get traceability. We will come back to them so that all the fish that is living in this country should be labeled, so people would know it's coming from Sierra Leone, it's a product of Sierra Leone. If you want to buy it now and go and label it elsewhere, that's your own problem. But let Sierra Leoneans know that we've got these resources and we will benefit from it. And another information sharing, we are going to be engaged in fish stock assessment. This is going to be done by the Chinese government. The Agriculture Minister of China did come. We did sign an MOU last year. So on Monday, the delegation of 4 men came from China. We have sat down and arranged, and a vessel that will be coming to monitor the amount of fish we've got in our waters, the species, if we have enough fish, if now we can be able to tag our fish to how many vessels we should have in the first place in the water. That will be done again after a long time, after years, because as Sierra Leoneans we cannot afford it now, but we did ask for that help. So they are willing to do it for us. They will be coming. The vessel will hopefully be here on the 9th of August. And they will be coming. It will be a 3-year program to assess. Our Sierra Leonean scientists and fisheries officers will be on board that vessel with them, and they will be doing the assessment on a yearly basis. So 3 months in the dries and 3 months in the rains for every year. That will be done. So that is one good news I would want to share with members here present today. Another good news, we are on the way as well. The Chinese are helping us to do the fish harbor at Black Johnson. So far, we've acquired the land, the one that government will be able to give us, and the one that will be acquiring by private companies. That one as well has been done. We now will just arrange the payment of it, and then the land will be ours. That presentation I'm going to do in cabinet for the cabinet memorandum next week, and of course it will be a very good thing for our country. It will bring in the revenue. It will help us cut the IUU, the illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing, because all the tuna vessels currently, they don't come in here, they don't anchor into Sierra Leone because we don't have space for them to do so. But when we have a harbor, they will be doing that. They can now fuel, the vessels can now fuel at a harbor instead of at high seas. They can now do their dry docking, hopefully repairs in Sierra Leone, instead of going to our neighboring countries, Ghana, Senegal, and the rest. So it will create a lot of job opportunities. We've engaged citizens and people, land-owning families in the area, and we had a big meeting with them. Our ministry and lands ministry did that together, and it was a fruitful one. They're looking forward to it. They're hoping it will create a lot of job for the area, which it will do, and of course eventually bring more revenue to the country. On another note, we've passed a lot of laws. We are working on the yellow card removal, and for now we are currently reviewing the regulations and the national plan of action, which is at the law officers department. Of course, we've passed 2 compliance acts, straddling fish stock, and of course the law on of the sea, UNCLOS. We've passed that in Parliament. And lately we were engaged with SLMA as well, because we've done deletion of all fishing vessels that were flying Sierra Leone flag on the high seas. That has been passed in Cabinet, because as a country we are a flag state, but unfortunately When we give license and flag our fishing vessels and cargoes in the high seas, we definitely haven't got the monitoring capacity as a ministry. So we've decided to delete all fishing vessels carrying Sierra Leonean flags until we have the capacity to do so. There are many more things that have been happening in the ministry, but these are the main ones so far. Any other questions and things that you want to know, please do feel free to ask. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much. That na the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Madam Emma Kowa-Jallow. You learn anything? You don't hear all waiting, you don't explain. What do you get from your explanation? Because with all this explanation we don't give, the local fishermen them, na the different wharf them, na Tombo, na Godrich, they want them there. Now then they grumble, now then say they not agree. But if you listen where the minister they talk, they side them more way he make emphasis on where he say they don't reduce the price for them. Now the croaker way he say na export fish. So mostly I say na be $1,600, they don't bring them down to 1 million. Na them fish in there, he say na export. Na that side I hear you, I don't know, maybe you hear something different. But one thing again about the culture of paying tax. Let's just open the phone line. Let's open the phone line so we go talk with him, we understand waiting the minister don't put on a table. And waiting then they expect in the next 3 years for search the water for know the kind fish then where we get there so that then go know how for fish. I open the phone line. We don't get with first caller. Yes, caller, your name and no side you call from, please?
Yeah, my name is Brahma, I call from New Jersey.
Yes, Brahma from New Jersey. You don't hear the minister. Waiting na you take.
Yeah, people will tell you thank you when you provide this forum for we, follow we, express we, different opinions about we, love the country salon who we love. Now they could carry every day. Today we go for be fair on both sides. To the minister and the fishermen there. Let we take the first side. Let we go to the fisherman there. Okay, I agree, say, that the complaint say the tax high, all and thing. But just like what you said just now, we not get the culture of paying taxes in a salon. We get for change that culture. We get how we want for the government for to do things them more we need to pay. We need to agree for pay taxes. And from taxes government, now one of the areas them where government they get couple. What we did at the West, like what in New Jersey, we get all kinds of tax. You go to a store, you go buy anything, you get sales tax. You go this, you get this tax. We get forget that culture for the pay tax and salon. Then one. The second side on that, we salon people we get for be patriotic. Also they criticize the politician and but the ordinary Salonian them we not patriotic in our country. I wanna the fish in a salon, like what the minister say, una the fish in a salon, instead of una sell a salon, una the take them, una carry and go na Guinea or una sell them to fishermen from Ghana and other countries there. What we don't know, we complain say tin and trianga the ground dry, it is that. We not patriotic. What you fish, sell a salon so that the price go come on a market. It go help the people. Then on the part of government, the criticism we get for government, I listen and like a month or two ago, I listen to BBC. Yeah, I know that now BBC Media Action. I hear what they say the overfishing. And Sierra Leone specifically, they mention salon and say West African countries about salon specifically. You can be interested in the overfishing, the foreign vessels then, Chinese vessels them and other one there, the overfishing. Now millions or if not billions of dollars every month when they calculate some with the loss from overfishing and illegal fishing. The minister himself talk about. So, and the other thing, I don't know if we get Navy in a salon. Well, because at the end we need for do, we land borders and ports, and the sea border them back them ports. Government really need to get naval vessels them, go for the patrol with territorial waters them for waiting and call illegal fishing and other things them. Because if not to that, now wait, if we not get naval vessels them for patrol with territorial waters.
I want all you on that quick. Okay. I want all you there quick, because when you listen the minister where he talk about, say, that time where let me put a stop that April where they say nobody enough for fish. So now that time they more they able for notice usai then one the way they come out, because nobody enough for fish that everybody pack that not for the boat them. The thing here is not to for say now the local boats demo. Now mostly then one the way they come, like if you talk to most fishermen, then when they go out and see, then go tell you say, then they see troller them, then they see them boats then where they come now with water for come fishing. So now mostly then one they say so we then pack like because the locals then be the go fish, but they make them trollers and they then pack. So now that time the way the troller then pack, then in the catch now like because the one they didn't know say they not for can fish. So then kind inside for can fish. But this again, let's forget about the fish side safe. For the security of the country, you not think say government, because mostly like what the minister they talk say now so we able to catch them, say then they can't inside with water, then they can't inside we. So let's forget about fish. But what about the security of the country?
Well, you don't come back to the point where I just make this now. Say because I hear the minister he call Navy. I don't know sometimes I stand to be corrected. Because up to the time when we left Salon, 1999, Salon not get Navy.
No, we get them based in a government WAF. We get
okay,
Navy.
But
yeah.
I don't know if they get naval vessels then. Because if they get naval vessels then, they are not effective. They are not effective because, as I said this now, we get for secure both with land and sea borders there. Because if we not get naval vessels, then fall into a large and then when they come poach we fishing resources them we get. Now we need for get naval vessels them more vigilant. We get for protect the country. Because I listened yesterday, I not able for call. But I listened to the program this morning where we talk, but say we need for government forget a system where them for check for everybody in the country. Now the same thing and get for do. We get for protect the country. We get for protect the country, both on the land and on the sea. We get for protect the country. Or else now for nothing, we get for protect the country. So I continue for this and my contribution. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you very much. Brahma from New Jersey. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Patrick, calling from America.
Yes, Patrick, we did talk about the fisheries. Waiting at your contribution, sir.
You know, I don't listen to the minister. I don't listen to the first caller. You see, most of them legal fishing there where they can't inside Salon. Number one, the government know which side them boat they are they come out. Most of them. Number one, them boat there they come out from Las Palmas and Guinea. Most of them boat there, by the grace of God, I don't walk one of them blackface boat there back in the 90s. I know how them guy there they operate. They come, they say like now that they come under somebody in own license. I give one example. I don't want to call name, but I don't know one somebody where we all know that that country they immediately inside fishery, a very prominent person. Most of them both they can't register under a name. They pay government small, and then people there, then both there they pay a lot of money, a lot. And I just mention name, but I tell you say most of this like so you get a money, most of your money there before you enter to other department. Because if they pay government small, then both they come out Las Palmas, they come out Guinea, they come register, they're using license when you get. Instead, we get 1 or 2 boats there. But most of the boats there, like Blackface, like the Eagles, I don't see these things there that they operate.
So make I ask you quick. So these are the boats and where they come for export fishing, right? Not for the fishing for sale inside the country.
Not to export, not fishing that they can't fishing.
Yeah, but when they're fishing done, then they go out with the fish them.
Then they go out with the fish there. They not sell more.
They sell a non-inside saloon.
The only fish where they left inside saloon are the one where no value inside the market.
Okay, all right.
The one where they no value inside the market, like them Minard and they no value. But when it comes to like the red snapper, black snapper, white snapper, it come to the shrimp, it come to the lobster, it come to all these crocus fish there. Valuable fish there. Some of the way that they sell in Europe, they make good money. They not need for, they even trade them to on a boat there inside the water where they not get with itself. So the fish that they sell, the one that they're not value for, then they left inside sell. Maybe they give the fisherman there. Some of the guy that way they work with, they keeper like me. One time they give some of them fish that they anytime we dock na Guinea, we dock na Frito, they'll dock in Dakar, and I say now them fish that they would sell. Then so we may make real money the back. But the valuable fish there where they may get, they know they ever sell inside salon. So the first call I mentioned about Navy. Salon will get Navy. Now the equipment where they not get, them make with Navy they know the function properly. Because if you not get Navy boat like a Coast Guard where they patrol the water, which you go do now, next which they do now focus to the family and sleep. Because boats know we for go inside water, we they monitor the water. Now, with inside technology age now, the way they monitor them water them through satellite. BBC, they get the farm inside England where they monitor the water there. The first caller mentioned that where they mentioned say they legal boats the way they enter inside satellite. They see them through satellite. Because every boat get a radar where the signal. So if the government provide with Navy as the minister said, if the Navy they're able to get good equipment, whether they monitor with water for security, not even the fishery. You mentioned not even the fishery. Drugs agate, a lot of drugs trade to go inside with water today. A lot. People, I don't see most boats that where they want drugs, where they want transfer drugs to from which side? From the South America, from Brazil to Salona, 4 hours in flight, by boat in other far. Most of them most of the transit there inside water there, but not just fishing. So many legal things that they go on under. So many legal things they go through with water. But if the government you will monitor with water and know through the style, the technology is that you know which kind of boats they enter, which kind of boat not they enter. Through satellite, you do that. You know, if the Navy, and the Navy they go patrol, but before you enter, you don't know which kind of boat. You identify yourself, whether you be, whether you not be. We come to we local fishermen there. We local fishermen there, then they do well. But some of them still they fish in the old age. Go around the country, the boat there, the name would get boat there, they improve them now. Some man don't get a boat over how many 20 years. You still use that boat there. Come on. Choose good material that the way that you able to make boats without out of food, where they able to fishing. Then fishermen they make good money. If you sell the fish, you upgrade the boat there, you're able to go farther and fishing and get good fish. Not a small boat they no more they're going to depend on. They need for upgrade. That will be all my point today. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you. Yes, caller, I did live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Good evening. I'm Patrick. I call from Germany.
Patrick, you cannot know, but only get you clearly. So.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I call from Germany.
Yes, what's in your contribution?
Thank you very much. I hope you get not clear.
Yeah, they manage. You're not too clear about the manager. I'm continue.
Well, I don't know. Okay, then, yeah. I don't know. I just want to. It is too frustrating, you know, because either we leaders they're not informed. I say this over and over. And it's a national issue, nothing way interrelated. One issue connect to another. You see, whether we get Navy or we not get Navy, you know, how how the Navy go able to put these things under control when they are not well paid. This no one. I can still remember this man monologue, Dave Tambayo, he may make a program whereas one military man or Navy in those days, I think during Tijankaba in time, we've been go capture a Chinese boat wave in the fishing illegally. What can do at a middle line and take for the guy. The guy is not well paid. I mean, you know, how you hope for let them put this thing under control when these people are not well paid? This is the question. You get somebody where he gets 2 or 3 picking and then they go school, he gets a young parent then where they take care of, and wouldn't that salary when they give them, even if they come with the equipment. So it's like our government, and I'm going to just put everything to the government. Because for country in developed one, I believe say our government did before, but we as people, we get our responsibility for make we come together, make we come on board of this developmental vehicle, make we push things together. Because government alone, they say one finger not the big stone. Government alone not able to do anything. Trust me, if we left everything the government in hand, plenty things in day we as individuals and plenty loopholes in day we get for film. But we as Sierra Leoneans lately, last week I go on a show. I met up with a Sierra Leonean we just kind of jammed that 2 or 3 years ago. Me and discuss. He told me say Sierra Leoneans we are not established here in Germany like other nationalities. That also reminds me with a lady who I met with 10 years ago in Greece, who told me, Sierra Leoneans, in don't work, I don't go all side. We are the worst motor man them. We don't ever meet with. That lady was an Interpol security for Europe, or for, I think, for the NATO. They come from East Africa. You understand? He says Sierra Leone people are the worst people the way they ever see. We know they invest now, we own, we know they do nothing now for just parts. And this I am saying today. We know they do anything because they say government. Government not going to do everything. Yes, with this particular issue where we attack on, maybe I don't go out of line. Now government issue, but plenty things and the way government not get for the government right now, they put attention to them things and we not going to give them chance for pay attention to the primary priorities. These are government issues. People in the common other side and they come fishing as salon see. Now this minister talk will not even get the equipment. For let we know order the fishing. This is so sad. Order they come now we on neighboring now we on land for can exploit the land. We don't even have that technology at this stage. Me at the way at the work way at the at the put pipe, you understand it? Like GPS are used for measure the distance and for draw the plan for submit to the company or the company they take submit to government. GPS. Whereas we under as a whole country, we don't get any technology where they detect any foreign or any intruders for like they come now we territory. You understand? This is sad. It's very sad. We did be disorganized. Nothing will get for day in place. People they are not paid well. How can they be loyal? How can they be? I mean, talk through. You then a family of let me say of 10, then they pay you 1 million per month or 2 million per month. How you go use even for think about the future? You just for be corrupt. So even if Navy didn't give the all kind of equipment to go to that sea, then get Chinese man get $1,000, then they pay you $70 per month, then go you $1,000. Which one do you prefer? So this is the thing we have to be aware. So
okay, thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah, thank you. Yes, caller, are live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Triple A, this now Usman Tolly. I call from London.
Yes, Usman Tolly, you get a platform. What's in your contribution?
Okay, I just want to add some information to the two first caller then. I really appreciate they make some very good points. But first of all, I just want to look at the statement where the minister make. I feel say to a very large extent, one believe some of the points that we make. He say the license fees not change that much, or it still remain the same, I feel say what thing can happen now, Salon people will not get a culture for the pay taxes. So when you come, you want change that method day, you will face some serious difficulties. Salon will not regulate industry system, so will not monitor the system, will not implement policy system easily. So if you come, that first thing, you come, you want can change, you want can implement, you want can put some monitoring process, you will always face a very strong resistance. I think now it don't happen here. Most of these fishermen, I will assure you, they not be even know what the licensing because the policy was there, but it was not implemented. They know they monitor them and just they go about their own business. Nobody know they ask. So where they can trigger this now, say everybody for pay tax, oh, then gap, they say the price is then high. And don't want to forget, fishing industry, now part of the informal sector. And the thing is, the informal sector are now the largest aspect of the industry now all the developing country here. And now a place now an industry this way is very difficult to regulate. I will because it's self-employed. It's very difficult to regulate. So if you come, you want can regulate that industry today, one can collect taxes. You will always face that difficulty. And as the first caller or second caller don't say, we get for pay taxes. We get for pay tax. Tax now one form where the government they use for domestic revenue mobilization. And this is why we get problem with some of the governments then. Right? They're not efficient, they're not effective in terms of collecting domestic revenue. And when they collect the small amount of revenue when they collect, then they misuse them by corruption or other means. This is not the biggest problem we'll get. So I believe to a very large extent say the license fees were there, but these people just because they're not used for the pay the license fees. So if somebody come, you want to regulate the industry, you want to monitor the industry, you want to put measures in place, so then we'll say, oh, they're not H price for me. I think say that would be the likely be the case. All right. Yeah, but I agree with the minister 100%. As long as the taxes that what they pay, they're able to put that into good use. This is why we vex from corruption, because we are willing to pay the taxes. Every meaning Sierra Leone are willing to pay tax. But this tax what they pay, let them put that into good use. This is not the question. But if I just say anything, now I will stop so far. People, thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, this is Ayo from US.
Yes, Ayo from US. Waiting my your contribution, sir.
Well, the thing we need to see is, even though we get lawlessness in but people should stand back and look at how these things started, why people then get this attitude, then they do another country there, This thing not just start today, I'm not talk about this government now because the one that gave it a years come over a year ago. When the British people then left Salon, things actually been there in place. If the previous governments they only don't come after the British left, they put things in proper places and institutions, then they work. There was no level of corruption. Everything they work, every system they work, everything, all non responsibility, education system, all they work. This thing about Saloma, no one do this, no one do that. Saloma, if I don't get straight in the mind, say this is what we need to do for our country. But because the previous government they did not put things in place, they was up on corruption, Saloma not any alternative. And now they're listing over and over. They're not getting any alternative. Wouldn't they see, say, government, they do nothing, they just take money. So then self get this kind of attitude, for take care of their economy. As far as the territorial waters, they reach some time ago, Ghana gets satellites where they monitor the territorial water, because the government put things in place. But we in previous government, they not do nothing, They just sit on them all, they misuse their country for their own personal needs. The things they suffer from so today, we get a long way to go, to get them things they fix. They are ruining their country big time, That causes all this problem. People don't want to accept the truth, Therefore, look at the truth. Then people will wake up before the present government long 25, 30 years ago. And they set that trend for waiting to happen in this country today. People have to realize that. They can't blame Solomon and now say they're not this, they're not that, Now, waiting the previous government they don't set in place and culminate to all these things that happen today. That's my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, who's friend? I call from UK, Manchester.
Yes, who's friend? You get the platform. What's in your contribution?
Well, me on contribution, I want to just look into three different ways: the side of the minister and the side of the fisherman. There, yeah, that Atlantic Ocean there. I know saying one of the most historic harbor we'll get in Africa if you look and stuff. Because you see the harbor, a natural harbor of one will get to the Atlantic, we'll get fine sea, we'll get fine water. I can remember at the time of the Falkland War, now the British people they pass, then they go for go refuel, then go because now be very good place where they cheap and natural, they not dig and stuff, not a place where they dig, but see them dig the sea for let them see them go inside. That's one thing. So in terms of one like the security side, where government go able for look into, now people and we don't reap benefit there, especially the British man there. Let the minister think of this for say one, now pay una they pay me back, not to directly. In that diplomatic way, then go meet them back. In some way, we have problem with the Atlantic, una help we, una donate something, then Lord we able for patrol the sea. Because the sea itself, they mean the user. So you don't go to meet them. Then a part of colonial leaders them. They're not going to say them go colonize we or either in any way they go big them. But if when they get help from them, let them think of this for put them and then plate back. Say, do I wanna think of this? If you see in a naval boat you get for help for patrol the sea against them people who they can't fish illegally, because you see the shrimps who have been mentioned one time, the shrimps are very expensive. Salon get a lot of shrimps. Not a lobster business now shrimps then they pull lander. Shrimps then price who then get now this part of the world. They're very, very, very expensive. You go for it's na them buffet there. In price idea. And Salon get one natural harbor where they produce them. And the harbor itself again, it look relates to Gambia. Because you see the fish they wouldn't they come out, not to Salon then they breed. Whenever they want for breed, then they go breed in Gambia. If you look at the map of Gambia, now like a small line will go inside. So you see the Atlantic is in current, now they go inside that side there. Now for that, then they go hide in Gambia. Anybody who don't go Gambia, go see the fish, they will them big. So now from there, then they come out back. They will don't breed, they don't boku, then can a Salon. And during this period, the seaman they wouldn't they come over, see where this man they talk about. So they know the time then they breed, wouldn't they pass, come back inside Salon. Then they go hang for them. At the same time, then they get the best of the best, where they get the balance of it. Let them think of this back, the movement of the fish between the Atlantic, so then they go breed and come. Then the other side way I just want for a month again. Now the side way the taxation problem, wouldn't they do? Which is very good actually, because that is source of government revenue. But always the coin they get two sides. You get for look one side, you look one side. The problem now with the tax, if you look actually why taxation don't come there, you go to attack, you go to other place, why is so there? Because when they come, there is no other side where the government will get big money. The only revenue now for tax, so they go for maintain all anything they are wouldn't they try for do. Okay, So therefore, try let them boost back that economy in some way. If they begin get other raw material there, they're not going to say now we tax go so dear. If they cocoa and begin doing other things, they can then go they get small thing under, then go they get small thing under. Look at that iron ore, they don't begin mining a low share, when a homeland, then they bring that overseas now. Then after 15 there, then go big bauxite, then go begin to reduce the make. So that side then for try look into say, no, try boost up that economy. Don't put all the taxation for the only side we expect to government to get revenue. It affects beaucoup areas there, even in Europe, yeah, wouldn't they get problem and they argue about tax day and night, who this politician can they argue. Because we want to elect for only relate into UK or Europe, yeah, not so in that bad way say when I didn't do the best thing, but just to say this is another way we then can do. Because the taxation, any way country wouldn't depend on taxation more 80 or 50 or 60% of the revenue upon taxation, taxes and good dear. And then that culture, again, for be gradually let the fishermen themselves they understand. Let even the people that wouldn't they pay their house rents now, wouldn't they say like house rent, I don't know how they call it, tax, where they pay for your house now. Let people get used to that. Then small tax, so let used to that. But let the government again try put other side wouldn't they get revenue, so the taxation not will be so much. Now they bring this uproar, we see and they argue, they say, oh, this is too boku. Then are the main thing we see. But on top of that all, let the government remember, say, let them try, talk to them parents body when they talk, say, the colonial elders now, this Falkland war we don't can get succeed una pass now we can't not go help we small, now we get naval boats that will go patrol, because then they patrol, but they patrol effectively. So that will secure the government. That will make them able to know if any bad person can at the country for other thing there. Now my own suggestion and the remote panel.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side they call from?
This is Nancy Barry. They call from Florida. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening, Nancy. What's your contribution?
Yeah, my contribution today is then we fisherman them where they fish na salon we be say they make them at least they make them easy for them now for let them go fish that way the others they not get access for good fish, then they go fish there and then they pull fish every day. Instead of then sell them fish there to the people, they at least let them ease the problems in the country. Then they prefer for go pay 7 million in loans for go na Guinea for go say that means then they get quadruple more than what then they get from the sea. So what me just they say is if they can afford 7 million, that means then they get beaucoup money from that fish day. For let them go able for stop them, maybe them for make let them pay that 7 million as they yearly pay.
For their life. Only quick. But not to them all they go Guinea. No, okay. So what you could say now for the one the way then they fish, but na salon then they sell, because not to another saying that they all they go sell na Guinea.
Okay, so what I go suggest is then one the way then they catch. If you then catch you, say you cross with the fish and go with them. Where they hold you, maybe they forgive you or fine that same 7 million where you pay for cross with that fish. They maybe for pay them, or then stop you for fish until you pay the money. Because all the money then we need them at the country. For let you get fine road, for let you get fine water for drink, for let you get electricity. We need all the money.
I want hold you back. I want hold you and
for let the country will function.
Yes, but look here. There is no ban. Government no ban the fisherman then say no go sell na Guinea. It just make an example say na this na so then they do. So for say na business the fisherman then they do, then see say Obayanda na they then get beaucoup money for able forget. I want to let you look at that other way though before me go suggest. Me they come on me own time and me go suggest. But if you say now we then catch and they hold them, but government no ban because they not stop them. If there was a ban, say we catch fish, you know, for go under with them, then na different thing. But since he left open, say the fisherman can do anything we want to do, we don't catch him fish down, then I think say, I don't know. What do you think, Yanda?
Well, maybe then for put laws then in place where go at least limit the then kind thing and if he then put law for say okay if he the fish naya you register for fish naya and sell the fish naya. If you dey export, then you register for export. Then you can come and go sell wherever we want for seller. Maybe that would be fine. But me, I would just appeal to we brother Sierra Leone and the way get boats there. Let them sorry for people them. Let them they sell the fish in the country. Because at the end of the day, if you not sell your own products, we as Sierra Leoneans, in the Canadian country there, so you they see other country, the other African country, they name them they and their own products, and we own name, they see them. But yet, so there are all the resources there, and some of them when they're in the cows now from we then they pull them. But we name them no day. So I just they plead. So then the fisherman then do I let them sell you people then the fish. So I they go to 2,000 euros na market. They get enough fish for can cook. They able manage. But now it's not even possible. It's not even possible because everything just so expensive and then get a role for play. And I believe say if no more than sell an salon, then go still make beaucoup money because if you pay 1 million loans for the whole year, then at 12 months, I'm sure within a month you go don't pull that money the long time. So let them solve for people then do ya. Let them sell the fish in a salon. Me not running no matter big or the government let them find ways for let them go settle that kind problems in there. And then what thing I want to talk about back again. What thing and that call I be they talk just now for say Sierra Leone they know the other caller we even call we say Sierra Leone they not patriotic. Indeed that's very true. We all get for land for local country first, and then if we local country, then we go able to do things we go impact everybody in a positive way. So there, I mean, I just the big corruption is there everywhere from that woman where they sell in the market, where they where they put scandal in bottle for let the permit not complete. They go up to the highest level. All man corrupt, and long no give excuse say because of what then they pay you. I make you the thief. That's not your excuse. Then consider how they have to. Some man they work 2-3 jobs. If you go the first job, you know say they not pay you enough, and that money they not enough for pay for you house rent. Then you go for another job, then they will pay the bills. It happen now. So if you then say then they under you see say you be don't bargain for this job. Now this you be don't sign for this now and they pay you now you agree upon. So why you defend ways for steal? And whatever money will you steal, they steal from everybody. Because that money they belongs to everybody in the country. So just no say they steal from us. If that job is small for you, find another job. Then you will get. I know few people they will be saying na teacher. Then they do agricultural activities. They run Guinea and back, and they live a good life. They get a house. They live a good life. So maybe people then for follow then kind of thing and they for let themselves go, they make their life there easy. Not say because now this job now here land, so therefore now this job no matter for where coat and tie go sit down our office. If your other job available there, why not go take them and make your life easy for the meantime until you get the real job where you need. So they are not normal because they cause all them corruption there, so where they happen. So now I'm my contribution for today.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you. Yes. Salon. Yeah. The fish there in the water, we are here waiting. The minister don't say. He say they get for car with boat. Chinese man they get for car with boat. Then go can they survey the water. Then go there with your scientists them and then they. But how we go able for proof say na just the water no more na and then go survey and then no get nothing else for look for minerals, catch some fish then because they want to see who's different kind of fish they will get. But na good thing. But we just need for make the people and we get for involved in that particular project, let them be patriotic. Because if them patriotic, I don't think say any kind odds because any kind odds go happen. But if Like how we get the slogan, we can say sell game. If they sell game, it not go good for talk. It not go good for talk at all. Make a come with this caller. Yes, caller, your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, this is Patrick again.
Yeah, Patrick, make them quick, because now one thing.
Yeah, I just get one comment. That Chinese man there where they bring, I not trust them. Now the same one that the car inside with water the way they stay. Why they not go find other people there? I not trust that Chinese man there at all. I tell you earlier, I work with them with that black face. Where they the car inside water. Now there's all the legal boats there where they can not any other national like Chinese boats there. Why this not go be say they're not going to contact their own brother and then they go to come? Maybe signal and say, oh, cancel so ten. We'll not go to patrol so ten.
That's exactly what I make where they talk just now. Now the exact word and the way to make us say we need people and we go deal with and we patriotic or else because now then they can see who side the fish then they and then they can see then they can know the exact species that will get inside the water.
Of course,
it's scary if you look them the other way. It's fine for make we know, but the one the way that they can use, I'm afraid. Yes, continue.
I mean, I don't trust them. There is no way anybody to convince me. I don't work with these folks. I know how they behave. When they can't use that person name one not mentioned, that person they like see them use. They're all Chinese vessels. There's no Chinese other vessel the way they enter inside Salon water. All the Chinese vessels that from Las Palmas, inside Dakar, inside all the other places there, they're all Chinese vessels. You not go see Filipino vessel, you not go see Italian vessel, you not go see any European vessel. They are all Chinese vessel. From day one, from begin shallow fishing the way they made the teeth, they're all not Chinese vessel there. I don't know. If the government left for the minister left for rethink and put down there for bid and further people there. We got other people that were competent. We're going to do that thing then day. But Chinese man, Lord just pray no more, let God help we. That's all I left for say.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Just like how I be the talk just now. Now make us say we need patriots them. We go able for join the boat there. Even after. Now these people they don't know who say with different kind of fish than they shrimp, you name it. They don't know who say everything there. So, now they again, you go say, the naval security come inside. Or else, now 3 years contract. And he say, now something they go, they do yearly. So, which means, not to for say, now the, entire year, then they come, then at the water. No, na certain period. Now, they go come, and they for. Yes, caller, are live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, my name is Samuel. I call from US.
Yes, I'm from US. Waiting na your own contribution on the fisheries.
That was a very good question. I was concerned about the fishing actually, like in Sierra Leone. They think about something we the bring coming either because the need for identify who side the route. The root causes and they come up from concern about the fishing, like we see most of the fishing they wouldn't be fishing like inside Sierra Leone, like most of like bomb areas and the other area, and all them small that we can fish in the area, and they most of them not be get license. But I believe within the minister in travel do now actually all the boats have the license, and then secondly when they talk to then fishermen can come out from the Sierra Leone seas, they wouldn't can go fishing at sea. And then they go to the neighboring countries for go sell them fish and then the sea from the neighboring fishermen them. And that's actually very wrong because if you take the fish with the fish from Sierra Leone, then you go sell them other neighboring countries, then enough for packet that fish there. So it's like that issue see then can packet and into this fish export from so country, and which of course is not the export anything like that. So that's actually very wrong. Then secondly, then for make sure to them for protect to seize them. Like just within the last caller in the talk and the others would have what they listen to. Forget vessels. And secondly, for make sure say with Navy, we don't call them for be very strong, and then for get some we don't call radars. So if they get radars, then if they get like 3 or 4 radars, then when they receive any other foreign boats, they come up from any other country, they can see them through from the computer. So then they able to target them and see, put them for the patrol like 24/7. Because, for example, what's going to happen like for Venezuela, then can get through them come up from Venezuela, they go and then carry their island, and they go fishing at their territory. Because the Navy already they're not get radars, and so they're not able to pick them up and see them. So they can go close, they can go and territory, they go fishing. Then when they go for what attack them, then open fire upon them. Then sometimes they can take the engine and take everything. Sometimes they can even kill somebody there. So it's impossible. So that piracy now see where they go on from different countries. But if we get a strong defense from the Navy, then if they get radars them, so they can able to pick them up. So as long as the patrol within that perimeter, so no other foreign will not able to come fishing our territory. That would be a strong defense. So that's my own contribution for today.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank
Sam.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you, and take care.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we still talk about the one that we get for can do that survey for make we know the species the way we get now in water. The waiting me they try for say now we they don't left for go, and that patrol then the patrol then go don't know who side security day and who side security no day. Then go don't know bypass and who side bypass no day. So we really need for before we naval wing in the army. It's but then say every day we come we suggest any clip we play when we discuss it make you get a broader aspect of 58 years of independence. You ask yourself, what thing we don't gain? What thing we really don't gain? Because all the way through the talk show is still like baby steps. Then you always say it's rather late than you not appear at all. But previous program then we don't even talk how for help for civic education, for teach people them about civic education. Because they say if us not sell you, it's not go buy you. And we all as Sierra Leoneans them, we get part for play. I will tell you, they say the patriots them where they live abroad, they need for pack them bag and go salon for go work. Usman Toli, they say we not get the technology. So any kind way, we either take them or we not take them. I also say all the foreigners they already in a salon, na business then they do and a profits and they go there for make. Usman Toli again say the world now about opportunity cost. You know, when us per all with natural resources them, us one day we don't benefit from. Before the fish, na go say yes na be we own. But now the fish well na in that. Although me whenever I go salon, I get the fish the way me they eat. The fish the one they eat now west. And my best fish na salon na shinos. And me na me say they gonna market. Na me say they gonna market for go buy me shinos. I go fry them, I go bake them, I go do all kind of things. But unfortunately, you don't ever see shinos in the West. The parts where you don't ever see shinos. Because I still it's rare for Fenuside and Kinkere and go. Or then they left them for we. Almost people in a salon, we don't eat shrimps. And they talk about the one that they up there. We they eat shrimps in a salon. We go to the local markets and say, if you need to see shrimps, say first. You get the markets and where you go see and they. So that's the thing. And if the minister can team up here and tell we say, in fact, us, all the one they were responsible for our borders. This one green word with them fasting, we get porous borders. You talk to immigration, we get porous border. The minister come on, we water, the borderline is porous. But what are we doing? What thing we they do? Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and also the call from?
Yeah, good evening. This is Abbas Kuroma. I call from Virginia, USA.
Yes, Abbas. What's in your contribution?
My own contribution is the Chinese people are just like the other caller mentioned. Say most of the boats there will be they come and get fish in another country. They are Chinese people, and now the same Chinese people they try for use for cancer them. And no, we say fish then we say fish they're not there. Because that they remind me of Osama bin Laden, who the one raid in Pakistan, the US army people which they do, they know say Pakistan and get their own thing they wouldn't be able to detect helicopter with they fly. But because of they understand the technology past them, so they end up on make helicopter where they make then waiting they use for detect something where they fly, they see they don't plane them before they go read Osama bin Laden. So now the same thing that they compare to the Chinese people. Then I don't know why then they use them. We already know say this person in back now possible can always come for can do something bad in my country. Now he still want to use them because he get higher technology. So after everything done, not only for rely on them for the machine they wouldn't get, I feel say salute people and get for really be vigilant for see which they come in other country they, in terms of the fish business. Because at the same people they bring the boats to them. And now they can't see everything. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Abbas Kuroma. Thank you. Mustafa Kone, he say even in the US, shrimp's expensive. Agreed. Now we talk about the shrimps with this alone. When they pull they come na US. That line they long for can US now make it expensive na US. Shrimps is expensive everywhere. It's expensive everywhere. But what they say inside salon, we will not say we will get shrimps now with water. Now then they talk. How many locals we don't eat? Even the fisherman who can go fish where they meet up the shrimps, we don't cook them for himself. That's what I'm saying here. But because they know say it gets high price in the market, then go prioritize them and sell and give the one them way even like way that color because say now the high sea, then they do exchange day. So let me say if a fisherman go kill boku shrimps, he make out amu, you know say them to all them one time, he go exchange and then get almost cartoon fish. Because shrimps they are in the market and it tastes sweet now some other mots them pass away or mots there. But we need the government a fine way then they tell we things them. And I go tell you say now only on Sierra Network you go find then videos there, and then audios there. Because when we go press conference, we dey make sure say we record from the start to the finish. Then we make them available on our channel. You go watch the entire press conference. Because the local TV stations and the radio stations, the way we can go, where they're only in the room, then I jot in and they take. Then come, then play half 30 seconds. Then talk within the one talk on top. But with we dey play everything. So now I make you get an opportunity there for listening all waiting and talk. If you remember self, even for that fuel and for them boss them, now only we go get them from all team. So let we continue for Follow Sierra Network. Follow we na YouTube. We get with comedy. We get also we they bring with conversations so. But all we do now the love we get for salon. Now the love we get for salon. We go there back. We saw it today. We start late now because of that cultural show. Now I make we there till this hour. But we go there back tomorrow on time for make we continue with discussion. Till we meet again tomorrow, na so Triple Lego say, tata.